This is from Colin Rugg. He says, new actress Keira Knightley laughs out loud after a reporter asks if she was aware that trans allied people are boycotting Harry Potter because of J.K. Rowling. Question. You're voicing Professor Umbridge in the new Harry Potter audiobooks. Are you aware that some fans are calling for a boycott given J.K. Rowling's ongoing campaign against trans people? Which I will just stop right there and say, notice how they never bring up the tweets or actually say anything, because it makes them look so stupid when they're like, well, she said that a woman with a penis is not a woman. It's like, well, right, because that's a dude that's pretending to be a woman because they're mentally ill. So they always just say, oh, it's an ongoing hate campaign or a campaign against trans people. They use these words to get around explaining the situation. Knightley says, I was not aware of that. No, I'm very sorry. Laughs. The pro-trans emotional blackmail crusade is dead.
Saw you're voicing Professor Umbridge in the new Harry Potter audiobooks. I was wondering, are you aware that some fans are calling for a boycott, given J.K. Rowling's ongoing campaign against trans people?
I was not aware of that, no.
She's trying so hard not to laugh, and she's like, fuck, I gotta. That reaction.
I was not aware of that, no. I'm very sorry.
She has to catch herself though, because she's like, oh shit, these people are psycho. They're probably gonna try to kill me now.
We're all living in a period of time right now. We're all gonna have to figure out how to live together, aren't we? And we've all got very different opinions. So I hope that we can all find respect.
I saw your...
That was a banger response, by the way. Banger response. That was so great. And we got this one from Colin Rugg. He says, just in, LA County declares a state of emergency in response to the ICE raids. Will provide rent relief. The LA County Board of Supervisors made the move as the Trump admin continues to ramp up the raids. This move allows the LA County Board of Supervisors to provide rent relief for tenants who have fallen behind as a result of the crackdown on immigrants, the AP reported. A local state of emergency can also be a funnel state money for legal aid and other services. I live really close to LA. I should claim that I am falling behind on my bills. Wait, I don't count. I'm not illegal. Well, that doesn't seem very fair.
LA County has declared a state of emergency over the immigration raids. The Board of Supervisors voted today. Board members say the raids are preventing people from going to work and forcing some businesses to close. The emergency...
Oh, no, not that. Illegals are finding out that they're not allowed to work because they're illegal? Weird.
It allows the board to look at enacting an eviction moratorium and other protections.
An eviction moratorium. Imagine being the fucking landlord of these people when they just stop paying you. And then LA comes in and is like, yeah, you can't evict them. And they aren't paying you. Oh, fucking California. I love it. Now, I live here, but my goodness, LA and San Francisco are lost. And you got to remember, California is a very big state. San Diego downtown is definitely heading that direction. But north of downtown where I am, it's totally fine here. There's nothing like this kind of stuff yet, but they're trying. They're trying. They got the weirdos on the corners with the anti-Trump signs all the time. It's not working, but they're always there.
Protections for people impacted by the raids. And this news just coming into our newsroom. We'll, of course, continue to follow it.
That's only in LA. Only in LA, I swear. Insane. Drama Alert says Pixel 10 Pro Fold explodes during durability test by Jerry. And this is just 24 seconds. This is bad. Now people are saying like, well, of course that's going to happen. There's a battery in it. But still, this is still something concerning if it's in your pocket or in a backpack or something. Dude, I would fucking run. That sounds like it's about to explode.
Surprisingly, in the decade that I've been durability testing phones, I have never had a smartphone explode before. The Pixel 10 Pro Fold is the first phone to go up in smoke.
That is insane. So just buyer beware on that one. Dustin Grimes saying, then Tim Walz signs driver's license for all law, allowing illegal aliens to obtain free government-issued photo IDs. Now, Minnesota election official confirmed that illegal aliens can vote in state elections using those driver's licenses. But I was told that that can't happen.
Walk in.
It's done.
Guys, I think Tim Walz is like special ed, by the way. Like, I really do think he's a highly functioning autist, heavily on the spectrum. And I don't think he makes very rational decisions. I think he's retarded. I genuinely believe that.
A packed room at
How does he get in the position he's in? How does that happen?
the St. Paul Armory erupted after the governor's signature made driver's license for all the law of the land.
So we give driver's licenses to anyone here.
We give driver's licenses to anyone. Probably not the best quote, because yikes.
You don't have to be a citizen. You don't have to, which is a photo ID.
Why is she saying that like it's a good thing? That's insane. You don't have to be a citizen. We just give you a driver's license. Whoa, what?
So if someone comes in, they register, they have the driver's license, but they have an incorrect social or no social or whatever. So then they become incomplete. But if they walk in to vote with their driver's license, does that make them all of a sudden now okay?
Mr. Linnell.
Madam Chair, so the designation on the roster for someone whose registration had been incomplete, if they present the election judge with that acceptable identification document, that would clear the challenge from the roster and they would be permitted to cast a ballot.
Wow.
Anderson.
Well, okay, there's your problem potentially.
I think we found the problem.
So thank you.
So just to clarify, someone who is not a citizen but presents a
License?
driver's license at that point in the process could be permitted to vote.
Yes.
Madam Chair, at the time of registration,
Just say fucking yes, dude. Just say yes. What are we doing? Why do you have to reply with like an entire explanation? She asked you a yes or no question. I can't stand when politicians do this.
as well as at the time of submitting a ballot, every voter is signing the attestation affirming their eligibility to vote, including that they meet all eligibility requirements, that they are a U.S. citizen.
Wow. 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 Eric Doherty says, breaking. Speaker Johnson exposes that Democrats, in order to reopen the government, want $24.6 million for quote unquote climate resilience in Honduras. What? What the fuck? 3.9 million to LGBTQI plus democracy grants in the Balkans and 2 million for feminist democratic principles in Africa. What the fuck?
0.4 million for, and they would send $500 million to liberal news outlets by refunding the Corporation for Public Broadcasting. It would also restore a
This lady over here, she's like, holy fuck, what happened to my country?
to $5 billion of American taxpayer funds for wasteful spending for international projects. Here's a couple of examples. This is in their legislation, their counterproposal on the CR to keep the lights open. This is what they want to do. They want to spend $24.6 million of your hard-earned dollars as a taxpayer for climate resilience in Honduras. They want to spend $13.4 million for civic engagement in Zimbabwe. They want to send $3.9 million
This
for
is legit money laundering. That's literally all it is. That they've found a pathway to do it, and they make it sound like, oh, it's for these other things in other areas. No, the fuck it's not. It's through your buddies money laundering to other countries and then getting the money back here in the back end.
LGBTQI plus democracy
Look at this lady,
grants
she's
in
like-
the Western Balkans.
She's like, what even is that? What the fuck?
They want to spend
I love this thing
2.9
over
million of your dollars for desert locust risk reduction in the Horn of Africa, and 2 million for, quote, organizing for feminist democratic principles in Africa. We are not doing that.
Wow.
And they would
Thank God sanity has returned, because this is insane. All of this is insane. And we'll leave it at this one. This is Harry Enton says, the shutdown debate shows how the Affordable Care Act has won. The ACA is one of the great comeback stories in modern politics. It has a plus 30% net favorable and gained 40 points in net favorability since 2014. More Republicans than Democrats now use the ACA marketplace. I question this one big time. The Affordable Care Act, it was never actually affordable, except nothing is about it is actually affordable. Almost entire Obamacare premium increases paid for by taxpayers. I know you're all shocked. The ACA raised insurance costs 60% the first 4 years. You like your doctor? Remember that BS. Yeah, good point. I will say too, I've noticed health insurance costs, at least in California, have spiked tremendously. I would say in the past 5 years or so, health insurance as a whole has gone up about 50%. And not only does it cost more now here, you get less for it. And there's less options. There's less places to go. My medical plan doesn't cover for picking up prescriptions at Walgreens because the provider that my insurance uses doesn't participate with drugstores. I don't even know how the fuck to use it. Thankfully, I haven't needed them outside of just regular strong pain medications. But it's one of those situations where I went to Walgreens to pick up a prescription and they're like, "Oh, you don't participate with us." I'm like, you're fucking Walgreens. What do you mean I don't participate with you? Here's my card. I pay for insurance. So like, yeah, we don't participate with that insurance. I'm like, it's like a major nationwide insurance company. Like, what do you mean you don't? Like, your plan segment doesn't work. I'm like, this is crazy. This is insane. This is insane. So yeah, the Affordable Care Act is everything is complete bullshit. All of it is. And it needs to stop. It cannot keep going up at the rate it is. Health insurance has become insane. It was insane 20 years ago. What it is right now, that's another one of those bills that I'm like, how do people afford to even live? I saw a comedian one time. I can't remember who it was, but they're like, yeah, I went to live in San Diego one time and I woke up and they said that'll be $20, please. It's what it feels like when you live here. I'm like, every day, anything you do, it's just like $20, $40, $80, $100. Do anything. I'm like, what the fuck? Everything's so much money to do anything everywhere. Anyways, I'm going to leave that one there.